Hey, Brandon.
Hey, what's up?
Just trying to figure out the last piece of the Ultimate Batcave.
I was gonna say maybe you could do one of those videos where they just like those unboxing videos.
It's already unboxed. I built it.
I know what I'm saying. That you could have, in hindsight, that,
Tell you what,
that could
I'll
have
buy
been something
another
that you
one.
did.
I'll buy another one. And piece it together again. And,
No, why would you buy a second one?
To have two.
Just wait until you get a different one that you'll inevitably.
You think I'm gonna buy another Batcave?
Well, it doesn't have to be a Batcave.
What else do you think I'm gonna buy that I'm gonna have to piece together?
I don't know. I didn't think you would buy this, but since you bought this, why would you stop at one?
I showed it to
Why
Tim
should I assume that you're not going to buy another one at some point?
I showed it to Tim earlier. I told him how it was on sale at Walmart for $88 and I got it online for $45. He's like, so either way, you wasted money.
I mean, it depends on how much you play with it.
Well, I mean, I don't typically play with toys too often. I'm a grown man.
Well, then why'd you buy it?
I don't know.
Who's it gonna be for?
Maybe I'll have a kid one day. Who knows?
Yeah, but do you know how many other systems there will be by that point?
Yeah, but it's not going to be the Ultimate Batcave.
It could be the ultimate, like, Justice League...
The Watchtower?
Something, whatever it's called, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll get a Watchtower.
Yeah. If they even have a facility. They may not have a movie facility, but maybe there'll be another animated series at that point. If there's not already one at the moment.
Yeah, there's a Justice League Action? Something? The new one.
I don't watch animated stuff. Most of the time. Usually. I just hear about it.
Man.
I've been tasked to watch the Judas Contract since I've never known anything about it.
What is that?
And so the new Teen Titans animated movie that they're making is over the Judas Contract storyline from the comics, which I don't know anything about, and my coworker was surprised because he was like, that's like one of the most popular, at least, Teen Titans storylines. So
I've never heard of it.
He was surprised that I haven't been spoiled on it. And so he was like I'd be interested to get your take on it for you just going in fresh.
Look at this. Look at that. You put the two hooks together and it's the bat symbol. It's got a zip line. What else we got for this thing? I don't know what that is. Handcuffs, maybe?
Probably.
How many guns did Batman come with?
Another gun.
He came with so many guns. And none of them are the grappling hook.
I mean...
Some grenades.
He at least had that sniper when he tagged that semi.
Well, that's because Batman's a murderer
looking
now.
for the white Portuguese, but then he also had the grenade launcher against Superman and
These little batarangs. They have a special slot on a wall in the Batcave that you just hang them in.
They just gave you one?
No, it came with a bunch.
Oh.
It came with a few. How many batarangs did it come with? Well, I'm counting batarangs, Brad. Why don't you introduce the movie we watched today?
Well, today we just
grappling hook.
All right.
Go ahead.
So we just got done watching the movie The Usual Suspects with Kevin Spacey
and Kevin
Stephen
Pollak.
Baldwin. Yeah, Kevin Pollak. Unfortunately, I don't know the guy's name that was one of the more main characters. The guy who played Dean.
Oh, Keaton.
Yeah, Dean.
Yeah,
Keaton.
I don't know who played Keaton.
I don't know who that. Yeah.
I mean, we could look it up.
Like I said, I saw the first they gave us all the names of the 5-man team in the movie, and the only person I knew was Kevin Spacey, and I knew Stephen Baldwin only because of his name. It's not like I've really seen him that much. But Kevin Spacey,
That's the gun
What is
for
that?
shooting Superman.
That's a grenade launcher?
Yeah, it's the big grenade launcher.
Well, I don't know if he
That's
used the grenade launcher against Superman, though. I think he just, like, rolled the grenades at him because he was, like, acting cool.
No, he shot it at him.
I think that's the grenade launcher.
This is the grenade launcher.
Yeah.
This is...
What did he shoot
Shit,
Superman with? He never shot him with bullets.
No, it was a grenade launcher. It was the big old... He loaded the thing full of the kryptonite gas and shot it at him. Superman caught it, then exploded. And then Superman was flying towards him, and he was loading the gun again.
He would have used the same gun. Why would he have a different gun?
He did use the same gun.
I mean, between Superman and Doomsday.
No, he used the same gun against Doomsday. I don't know what that one's for.
Yeah, so this is the grenade launcher. Yeah, I don't know what this is for.
This is like a weird sniper rifle thing with a bulbous end.
I think that was what he tagged that semi with when he was thought he was going to find the white Portuguese, and it didn't work out.
What a bad movie. I love the toys, though. What is this? What is that? A weather vane? What do you think that would go to? Think he holds it?
It's like an antenna or something, I guess.
Huh. I'll need to refer back to the instructions later. So neither of us had ever seen The Usual Suspects before.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, because it was on the AFI 10 Top 10 list for Best Mysteries.
Well, I'm not particularly surprised by myself, because I don't really watch that many movies from the 90s and back. I haven't seen much of them.
And I just assumed Bryan Singer only made X-Men movies. Just something where he can cast teenage men. Because he's got a little bit of a problem.
Well, allegedly.
Well, I mean, Iceman and his twin brother lived with him for some reason.
Well, they weren't that young at the moment, though.
They played a teenager, though.
I guess.
Wait a minute, his brother wasn't even involved in the X-Men movies. Why did he live with Bryan Singer?
Yeah, that's probably the weird thing. I don't know. Either way, he did a good job with this movie.
Yeah, I was very surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just a change of pace. Well, not really.
No, because he did this first.
The change of
pace was him doing comic
But
book
from
movies.
our perspective, only knowing him from the X-Men movies,
Superman Returns.
It was a nice... Oh, did he do that too?
Yeah, he loves Kevin Spacey. Cast him in everything.
He should cast him as Mr. Sinister then.
That would be really good.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey is a good evil guy.
All right, starting the Kevin Spacey for Mr. Sinister campaign.
We're not gonna get far.
We can with the audience's help.
3 people listened to last week's episode.
Well, I feel like less people are gonna listen because of this intro.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It was a good intro.
I don't know.
We're keeping it a little more conversational. So, how did the movie start, Brandon?
So,
walk me through it.
So the movie starts where, essentially, it gives us it's one of those movies where it gives us the ending first, as far as the actual plot of the movie is concerned. Where we've got something's going down on this boat, stuff is exploding, and we've got a guy who's near death just laying there. And then we see the shadowy figure. We don't get to see his face yet, but he's all suited up. And he just comes down. He comes down, shoots the man that's near dead. And then
you keep talking through the. I forgot to grab my coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You entertain.
All right, I'll try. And so the guy in the suit shoots the man who's near dead, and then we pan out. We see a frame where we've got this boat where everything is, where all this crazy stuff has gone down on. There's smoke and fire and everything, and we see a couple buildings, and then it cuts to the next day, where we've got the police now investigating what's going on, and they bring a guy in custody, who's played by Kevin Spacey, and so for most of this movie, it is just cutting between them the police interrogating Kevin Spacey. We've got one of the detectives who not only is canvassing the boat, but then also ends up at the hospital to interrogate the one person that ended up living.
That guy was FBI. He wasn't a police detective.
Whatever, man. He was a detective. I don't know if I said no. I was talking about the police. Well, unless the police were FBI too. Whatever. I guess the FBI were interrogating Kevin Spacey's character.
Oh no,
that's what I was talking. I was talking. They were the police, and then I was talking about. I just said a detective was canvassing the boat, and then also ended up at the hospital to try to get information out about
that guy.
The one guy that that survived the boat accident.
Was it an accident?
Well, no, obviously it's not it wasn't an accident, but the mishap. The stuff that went down, that's what I referred to it from in the beginning. So they're going back and forth between present day and then how Kevin Spacey came to be a part of this criminal group with with 4 other guys, that it all started at a police lineup.
When they're laughing and stuff in the police lineup, and I think it was Benicio del Toro slapped Stephen Baldwin on the arm. That was all improv, and Stephen Baldwin was farting a lot, or one of them was farting a lot, and that's why they were all laughing.
See, now that makes a bit more sense, because
they're having so much fun in there.
Yeah, it was so. Like one of the I'll just go right into it. One of the weird things about the movie is that, like, or at least for me, was that we don't really get too much backstory on the characters. Like the first time we even see them all together is in this police lineup, which they've been brought in because somebody has apparently attacked a police. I think it was a police truck. And stole. No,
it wasn't. It was I don't know whose truck it was, but it was full of guns.
Yeah. I think it was a police truck. I want to say it was some sort of law enforcement truck, and they stole a bunch of guns, and so they bring in these five. They seemingly random characters into this police lineup.
5 prime suspects.
And the police end up not charging any of them, I guess.
This is just more of the Batman stuff.
Okay. And so from that moment, while they're still sitting in jail waiting to be released, I guess, they they band together.
They become best buds.
And become a criminal team, I guess. Although I guess they didn't have. They just wanted to do that one hit though, right? They just did that one hit for the
NYPD dirty cops.
Yeah.
To get back at them for harassing them over the truck.
Right.
And then to finish that job, they had to take some stuff to California.
Did they? I thought they just had to lay. I thought that was just them laying low.
Oh no, they went to California to sell something. What'd they go to California for? No, they had to go because initially it was just going to be Benicio del Toro and Stephen Baldwin, and then Keaton was like, "No, we're all going." But then again, that was just Kevin Spacey's story.
Yeah.
That's got a claw.
I don't know what the heck that's supposed to be for.
Bat stuff, man.
So anyway, yeah, they do. They after the hit, they've taken down, like, I think they said 50 dirty cops.
Yeah, 50 dirty cops that were running a taxi service for criminals.
And they end up going to California for some reason.
And they get roped into another job.
Yeah, they get roped into one more job by I guess an acquaintance of Stephen Baldwin's character. They seem to have known each other, and so they just go ahead and do it to the to the chagrin of Dean Keaton. He wasn't really into it. I think both him and Kevin Spacey's character kind of just was like, nah, man, let's not do this.
It's supposed to be one job.
But so they go ahead and do it, and it turns out they got set up by Redfoot.
Ooh. But Redfoot didn't know he set him up.
That's true, because in the end it was all just a major plot by by the man, the myth, the legend, Kaiser Sose. Although we don't get to hear this from him, we get to hear this from his right-hand man, Kobayashi. And so at this point in the movie, I expressed to you I didn't really understand what was going on. Yes. It was because there's a lot of going back and forth between past and present, because we're getting most of what is happening, we're getting from Kevin Spacey just explaining things in his interrogation. So it's sort of confusing. Like, you don't really, like, I questioned why are these guys banded together? What why are they in California? All these different things, but once they meet Kobayashi, everything gets explained, and from that moment on, the movie sort of picks up, and you're kind of on the ride now. Still, there are things in the story that are being unraveled as the movie goes on, but from that point, at least, it all makes sense, and it's much easier. It's much easier to follow. Which is not to say it was a bad thing. Like, they were able to explain everything, so I was okay. I was just afraid. Mystery. Yeah, the mystery was good. It's like obviously I don't have a problem with the mystery. I was just confused, and I was like, man, are they ever gonna explain this stuff to me, or? But so they do. And so now once they figure out what's going on with Kaiser Sose and Kobayashi, Kobayashi gives them one task to do. Kobayashi has told the team that they've each done something to cross Kaiser Sose, and so he is
to forgive them if they do this one thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
Rob this boat.
Yes,
or maybe things aren't as they seem on the boat.
Yeah, but before that, they are not having it, and so when Kobayashi leaves, they start to plot how to get Kobayashi, in hopes that, in probably not the best hopes, that Kaiser Sose would leave them alone just because they go after Kobayashi. It doesn't really make too much sense, but so they do that, and Kobayashi lets them know that they got nothing on him, because now Kobayashi is enlisted. He's enlisted Dean Keaton. I can never remember his last name now. Kobayashi is enlisted Dean Keaton's. I don't know if his girlfriend or his wife.
His girlfriend.
His girlfriend. Enlisted his girlfriend on a legal case. So.
Because she's a lawyer.
So now Dean Keaton he is tied to this point, and there's nothing he's got to do the job in order to keep his girlfriend safe, and the team follows his lead.
The guy threatened all their families too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Their uncles in specific areas or their nephews. He knows everything about their families.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy stuff.
Oh, and also we've got one less team. We've also got one less team member at this point.
Died.
Yeah. Yep.
I forgot about that bit.
Fenster, yeah. Yep. He leaves after Kobayashi meets with them. The next morning, he just dips out and takes some money, and then that next night they find I think Kobayashi lets the team know that they found him. Or I don't even know if it was that specific. I think Kevin Spacey was just like, we found him the next night, dead.
Yeah.
So Kobayashi and his men, I guess, had him killed for trying to skip out.
I don't know. Maybe it was somebody else.
Yeah. Well.
Maybe it was someone we weren't expecting.
And we will certainly get to that moment. But yes, I mean at this point, I think Kobayashi went through the story of Kaiser Sose. They've really projected this guy to be like a mythical guy. Like even though Kobayashi is making him sound very real, definitely he could easily be just like a specter, meant to just scare other people. So yes, at this point, they've tried to get at Kobayashi, and he's once again shut them down, and now they are headed back to New York is where this all takes place.
New York.
So they head back to New York to go ahead and try to take down this boat and steal narcotics is what they're supposed to be getting.
A lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
A boatload.
Yeah. 1 point for puns. And so they get to the boat, and like at the beginning I said that a bunch of crazy stuff went down on this boat, and sure enough a lot of crazy stuff goes down on this boat. Because
so much crazy
everything that we seem to know about what's going on in the movie just all goes to crap. There's a major twist.
And now you didn't know about the major twist.
Yeah,
I was never spoiled this movie.
I was completely fresh going into this movie, so I had no idea what was going to happen. However, I did call pretty early on.
About halfway through the movie, you called the twist.
That a certain character was going to be Kaiser Sose. And indeed, that ended up being the case. So they set up their plan on the boat. Their bomb goes off, I guess. I don't know if that's just to like make people run away or something, or I don't know, just get people scrambled up. They start infiltrating, taking out guys whenever they come up to them. And then one of our teammates gets shockingly killed.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Pollak's character, he's trying to get something out of a van, and
now he opens up the van, finds a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
Looks at it, goes, ooh, boom, shot in the back.
But that was still Kaiser Sose's money. Okay. I was gonna say, you wonder if he was trying to just like skip out at that moment with all the money.
Who? Kevin Pollak?
Yeah. He wasn't. He was really not the nicest person.
He just found it
with the team.
He was probably gonna take it. Yeah.
Like he
was probably gonna take the money and run.
He was at odds with Stephen Baldwin's character multiple times during the movie. So. But yeah, it could have happened, but instead he gets shot with a shotgun and turns around, sees who does it, and then
dies.
And then it white frames, and then it switches back to either Dean Keaton or Stephen Baldwin. And so now Stephen Baldwin and Dean Keaton, which Stephen Baldwin's character is not named Stephen Baldwin. I just don't remember what his character's name is.
McGinnis? Is that his name?
Yeah, it might be. Something like that. I don't know.
Let's call him Stephen Baldwin.
Okay. So Stephen Baldwin and our team leader, Dean Keaton, they're infiltrating the truck. Kevin Spacey... boat. Yeah, boat. Sorry. They're infiltrating the boat. Kevin Spacey's character is crippled. I guess he's got CF, I think they said in the movie. I think.
I don't know.
I think it's called CF.
They just they told him to stay back.
Yeah, so they told him to stay back, wait it out. Dean actually tells him, like, if this goes south,
get the money and run.
Yeah, just skip out with the money. And so we've got Steve there. So Stephen Baldwin and Stephen Baldwin's character and Dean Keaton, they're trying to find this coke. They're searching all through the boat and can't find anything.
And Dean says, "There's no cocaine on this boat."
Yeah. The only thing that happens to be on the boat is this one seemingly random old guy.
Just some old guy
who
sitting in a room by himself. They tell him to shut up, stay quiet, and he says, "I know it's him. It's Kaiser Sose."
And so he starts yelling, giving away his position. and because of that ends up, well, not because of that, he's gonna get murdered anyway.
Yeah.
But
regardless,
he made it a bit easier for whoever killed him. And so now he dies, and we end up with Dean Keaton. He's sort of in the middle of the boat, just like walking around. Have I missed anything?
I don't think so.
At this point. And Stephen Baldwin's character comes out, and he's kind of stumbling. I don't know what's going on.
Funniest thing. Falls flat.
Yeah.
What's that sticking out the back of his head? It's a knife.
A pipe.
Pipe?
I don't know. Because now at this point, we have returned to the very beginning of the movie, because this is the beginning. The first thing that you see is, I think, Dean Keaton is looking down, and he's looking at this guy with a pipe. I don't know. I thought it was a pipe at first. It probably is a knife. That would make more sense.
Well, if it's a pipe, that's scarier.
Yeah. So he's got some sort of object that he got stabbed with through the back of his neck, I guess, and he's dead now. And so Dean Keaton, he's kind of freaking out. He doesn't know it yet, but he's the last one left outside of Kevin Spacey's character. But who knows what could have happened to him at this point. He can't really run away or anything. And then Dean Keaton gets shot.
Boom. Shot right there.
Falls down, looks up and sees who does it. At this point, we still don't get to see who does it, but I think we can all at least agree that this man is Kaiser Sose. It was Kaiser Sose in the suit
with a gun.
Yep,
on the boat
with the gun, turning it sideways because he's cool.
Kill shot.
Kill shot to Dean Keaton, and now we've just got our last guy left who is actually seeing all this happen, from what we can tell. Kevin, he's like hidden behind this. He's hidden behind like a bunch of like rope, like wheels of ropes and like crates and stuff like that. And he saw Dean Keaton die, which is what he's been trying to. Tell the detective for this whole time, and he wasn't believing him.
He kept telling him that Dean Keaton's alive.
Yep.
He's like, I saw him get shot.
And so at this point, the police chief has sort of realized, like, wait a minute, I don't know, I wish I can't remember what his name. It was
like the chief.
No, Kevin Spacey's character.
Oh,
starting with
Verbal.
a T. Oh yeah, verbal. Okay.
Start with a T.
Yeah, I don't know. And so the police chief now is talking to Verbal. He's like, "Look, man, maybe you didn't know Dean Keaton as well as you thought he did, or you did." And he basically
He throws all these
he's
crazy accusations.
Yeah, that at
Dean
this
Keaton
that is now convinced verbal. Yeah,
Kaiser Soze.
Yeah, that Dean Keaton is Kaiser Sose. He again, that's a little confusing because like, what does that mean for what? How is that possible if Kevin Spacey's character saw him die? Although from his vantage point, he didn't actually see him. Yeah, he saw a man in a suit shoot somebody, but from his vantage point, he doesn't actually have visible proof that it was Dean Keaton. So now, realizing this, he still doesn't like testify or anything,
or like make a
well, that just means he can't be sent to jail. That doesn't
he can't
mean
be charged.
But they were still looking for him to make like an official like testification or something. There's a different word for it. I can't
statement?
think of. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I thought it was a different word than statement.
No, they wanted a statement.
An official. They still wanted him to make an official statement.
Yeah.
And so although
in exchange for the immunity.
Although he did end after the police chief convinces him that Dean Keaton was really Kaiser Sose. He does admit to it, although he still doesn't sign an official statement or anything.
Yeah.
Because the whole movie he's just like, I'm not a rat. And so he ends up walking out of the...
they offer him police protection in case Dean Keaton shows up again.
Yeah, because Kaiser Sose, man, he can get to anybody.
He's like, I'm no rat.
And he ends up being released from police custody, off to I guess keep to save himself alive.
Yep. And then he goes down to the police thing to get his stuff. And among his personal effects are a gold lighter. The same gold lighter we see Kaiser Sose use in the beginning of the movie.
Okay, see, I did not even notice that.
Oh, you didn't notice the gold lighter?
I didn't even think about that, yeah. Well, they said a gold lighter, a gold watch.
One watch, gold. One lighter, gold.
And it's a pack of cigarettes.
One pack smokes.
And now we've cut to...
I don't have any tissues out here.
Nope.
I got the sniffles. Got a bad head cold the other day. Still getting over it.
Did you take medicine?
Yeah, I take NyQuil. Every night.
Now we've cut to the police chief, who's sort of like... He's kind of patting himself on the back until he looks at the corner of his whiteboard. And he sees...
starts seeing all these little things.
He sees the name of the manufacturer of his whiteboard and where it was made. And he starts doing a once-over on his whiteboard that's got all of the different materials that are important to the case.
Board. It's not stuff important to that case in particular.
What?
It's not stuff specifically for that case. It's just a collection of things that the other cop had. Because it wasn't his office. Okay. It was the other guy's office.
What? Why would he... Well, that's weird. I don't know why I wouldn't interrogate him in his own office.
Because he was already in that office. And that's where they had the mic set up to record him.
Oh, yeah. True.
Here, you go over some of those key things that were on the board and the relevance they had to Kevin Spacey's story. I'm going to go grab a tissue real quick.
All right.
Or do you want to like pause for a minute? Take a break. Oh, I just spilled batarangs on the floor. Let's take a moment.
Okay.
Regroup. And get right back to it. Hey, Brandon.
What's up? You back?
Back.
Okay.
You want a piece of kale?
No.
It's roasted kale?
Actually, alright, yeah. Let me...
Try a piece of that. It's garlic and onion. Give it a taste.
Do they have like regular kale though?
Probably. What do you think of that?
It's not the worst.
This could be our podcast. We could just eat kale, talk about it. We could be a health food podcast. If our viewership doesn't go up, we'll just rebrand. Again.
Yeah.
So which part? The things on the board. The cork board.
Yeah.
There are all these little things on there that little things that look like Kevin Spacey was just taking the names of and throwing them into his story.
Yeah.
The man in California they went to see, Redfoot. That was a name on the board.
Yep. A name on a list of names.
Not even a good list of names.
He said he was on a string quartet.
He said he was in a barbershop
quartet
in Stokey, Illinois.
Yep. And that's
where the quartet board was manufactured.
Yeah. There's also a woman on there, and they were talking about someone who was like like really big.
They were real fat, like orca fat.
Yeah. And so the police chief is putting all this together now, and he's like, "Oh no!"
He starts running around. He's looking for him. He runs to the evidence lockup area. Mm-hmm. He says, "Where'd the cripple go?" Because he's a rude guy.
Yeah.
And he gets pointed in the right direction. He runs out there. He can't find him nowhere.
Yep. And at this point,
Kevin Spacey walking down the street.
Yeah, we cut to Kevin Spacey, and he's hobbling down the sidewalk until he decides to start walking normally.
Turns out he's not crippled at all.
He's not. He has duped every single person. From his teammates to the police. They set it all up. And even right when the police chief starts running out, somebody faxes the picture the picture sketch
because the guy at the hospital
Sose
was describing him to a sketch artist in
Yep.
Hungarian.
Yep.
So it took a little longer to make the sketch than they would have liked because of the translator.
Right. Because he was not the best translator. And so yeah, no, I'm good. I'm one and done on that.
I don't know. This kale's starting to grow on me.
It's not terrible. I just don't. I'd rather
weird
do a
texture.
different flavor.
You don't like garlic?
I mean,
or onion? Or the combination?
I don't understand the point of like kale when you could just make like greens and just take out like the non-healthy stuff.
It's easier to just buy a thing of kale that's already prepared.
I guess.
I mean, I'll fry up some vegetables later. Or some fish.
Put kale in it. It's probably good that way. I think, I don't know, but I'm okay on dry kale.
It's not just dry; it's roasted.
It is dry.
You ever burn leaves? Or you
No.
know people that have burned their leaves?
No.
Well, people that live behind me, they like to burn their yard waste. It stinks. And this is what that would be. It's like someone set their leaves on fire and put it out halfway through. Now I'm eating it.
Yeah, except there's a bit more processing that goes into it than that.
Is there? I feel like they just hold this kale over a fire.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. We may at least have to season it, though. They don't just get a specific roasted garlic and onion kale leaf.
They grow that way naturally.
Naturally spiced kale.
Kevin Spacey starts walking down the street just fine.
Yeah.
Just fine.
And then he gets into a car with our man Kobayashi.
Which was a fake name on the bottom of the cop's mug.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the manufacturer of the mug.
Yep. So
I don't know what that guy's name is.
So now, in full context, Kevin Spacey just made up a story when he gets which I don't really know why he had to. Because, I mean, the point of the movie is that he just wants to... I mean, I don't know why... I don't know really why I wanted to take down dirty cops. I don't know what that really had to do with anything.
That was just them getting back at them for bringing them in for... Well, yeah, he did that to trick all of them into liking him.
Yeah. But then, yeah, the point of the movie is to take out these 4 people.
Well, the point of the movie was...
Unless that was made up.
No, I think that was true, because that's why he ended up killing them anyway. But he used them to kill the one guy that knew who he was.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, that too. But also, he was able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take out the guys who wronged him, and then also the one living guy that could ID him. Well,
I think living goes without saying. Dead guy can't ID you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was just speaking to like the specter of the fact that barely anybody's ever seen him to begin with. So
yeah, because he killed his family.
Yeah. For what? I don't. Why?
Huh?
That was a bit unnecessary. I don't.
To show how hardcore he was. He's like, "You gonna threaten my family?"
I actually think I think that part was made up though.
That might have been made up.
Yeah. Because it doesn't make any sense. Like why?
He was just talking himself up, you know?
Yeah.
I do not like eating this kale.
But that was actually so all in all, I thought this was a pretty good movie. Definitely the mystery was top notch, even though it was. So when I was watching the movie, the reason why I thought about that was because like I had seen that movie. I don't know. Have you seen Now You See Me?
I saw the first one. It was garbage.
No, it was great.
Nah,
but
it was garbage.
No, it wasn't.
Is magic real in that universe?
Well, it's all illusion. It's not It's not like it's magic in the sense of Harry Potter. It's magic in the sense of practical.
Are you sure?
Practical magic.
I mean, they hypnotized people and teleported them to banks across
Not
the
the
world.
movie Practical Magic, but.
And then, what? There was extra magic at the end, wasn't there? Mark Ruffalo was like, "I'm super magic."
They explain it, but the great thing about that movie is that they explain how things happen as the movie goes on. So you see the trick, and then they explain it to you.
Look, what they should have done was just, I don't know, do actual practical magic instead of all the CGI garbage.
But they did do they did do actual magic at some points. They didn't explain
like magic or practical magic. Like Chris Angel magic or David Blaine magic.
What's the difference?
Are you kidding me? David Blaine cannot be explained. That's real magic. Chris Angel uses a crane in his levitation tricks.
Are you telling me one trick that might be fake out of how many he's done?
Okay, but David Blaine.
I've never seen. I don't know. I
can't
argue it because I've never seen a David Blaine thing.
Let me explain this to you. He takes this long needle, okay? Puts it in the palm of his hand, okay?
All right.
Then starts like pushing it through. Then you see it start pressing out the back of his hand, okay? Then it breaks through the skin. He puts it all the way through. Then he has someone else pull it out, and there's no hole in his hand, no blood, no nothing. The needle's clean. How'd he do it? How'd he do it? He even tugs on it to show it's connected to the skin. That's magic.
I don't know, man.
He puts his hand on the ground and he rotates it all the way around several times. Flat on the ground and spins it. How's he do it?
I don't know. That's
magic.
The mystery.
That's the magic.
Well,
now you see me ain't got nothing.
Look,
like
I
that.
mean, the thing is, in that movie, some of the magic is not explained. So the same question. The same question applies. I would think so.
Okay. I still think it's a bad movie, though.
It's not a bad movie.
But what about that made you think that he was Kaiser Soze?
because they have a similar twist in that. Well,
the second one with Morgan Freeman?
No, I haven't seen the second one.
Oh.
Yet. I'm actually probably gonna watch it tomorrow. It's been on HBO for a couple weeks now.
Oh, there you go.
But in the first one, with Mark Ruffalo's character.
Oh.
Yeah. So I immediately thought that somebody on the team would end up being Kaiser Soze, and it was between Dean and Kevin Spacey's character. But Kevin Spacey's character seemed like the less likely choice because he was crippled. So I thought that's why I thought it was going to be him. And then for them to end up making him not be a cripple at the end, I was like, okay, that's pretty genius. So.
Yeah, Bryan Singer used to make good movies, didn't he?
Well, look, that's the only movie I know he's made outside the X-Men movies. So I don't know Bryan Singer's catalog, but that one was a good one. If that was why I picked him for X-Men, okay, good choice, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really translate to X-Men, but whatever, man. A good movie is a good movie.
I remember when X-Men started getting good again, and they brought Bryan Singer back, and he's like, "Let me ruin it." He's like, "Oh, you guys are doing colorful costumes?"
With what?
Nope.
What he did? He did Days of Future Past. That one was pretty good.
It was like the perfect opportunity to throw Wolverine in a blue and yellow costume, since that's what they all wore in first class. And like, nope, street clothes. Let's put him in a brown leather jacket. Do something new, you know?
Because it was the 70s.
Yeah, exactly. The perfect time to throw him into a blue and yellow costume.
That's true. No, because they saved the colorful costumes for the 80s in Apocalypse.
For that one scene.
Yeah, and we'll see if they stay in the 80s or if they go to the 90s. It really doesn't make sense for them to do a time skip at this point if they're going to just use the same cast.
I thought they were rebooting.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't really care. Until Wolverine's back and Rogue is good.
Oh, wow. Usual Suspects was the third movie that he directed.
What other movies has he directed?
He did Public Access, which I've never seen.
I never.
And he did The Lion's Den.
I think
in
I've
88.
heard of that.
He directed.
When did Usual Suspects come out?
95.
Okay.
He did a thing in 88. Then did nothing until 93. Then wrote out Usual Suspects. Then Apt Pupil in 1998. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it, yeah.
Then X-Men 2. He directed a couple episodes of House. He did Superman Returns. He did Football Wives, 2007 TV movie. Valkyrie.
Ooh, he did that? I've never seen it, but I always wanted to, though.
Why couldn't Tom Cruise learn to do a German accent? He plays a Nazi. He plays a German soldier.
Is he a Nazi? I thought he was a
No, he plays a German soldier who mounts a group of other German soldiers
against the Nazis
to try and assassinate Hitler.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I didn't know he was German though. I for some reason I thought it was like an American spy army sort of thing. Okay. That's cool. That's probably
like, Tom Cruise, you want to do an accent? He's like, are you kidding me?
It's probably better for the story, actually. I mean, we've probably seen plenty of stories with Americans trying to infiltrate the Nazis. So. Yeah.
Then you did Mockingbird Lane, a 2012 TV movie.
I've never heard of it.
Then you did Jack the Giant Slayer. Never saw it.
Yeah, that movie was probably bad. I think that it had Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then X-Men Days of Future Past. He directed one episode of Battle Creek, a TV series from 2015 that was immediately canceled.
Probably makes sense.
X-Men Apocalypse, and that's it.
Not so good.
Now he's got Untitled X-Men Project.
So he is. So what I've heard is that he's gonna direct the first episode of the X-Men TV series. So we'll see how that turns out. Are you watching Legion?
Nope.
I don't know if I'm gonna.
I missed the first episode.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it later tonight.
I haven't decided if I'm gonna watch it or not. Like I can because it comes on at Wednesdays at a time slot where I could watch it, but I'm so unfamiliar with the characters and everything. Like I don't.
Well, I don't
really
think this relies on any
much.
prior knowledge. I think you just kind of jump in it.
No,
it's not even to the X-Men universe. Even though the main character is Charles Xavier's son.
X-Men lore though, so
yeah.
I mean, even
I'll catch
from
you up
a
right
comic,
now. You ready? I'll catch you up.
Okay.
The character of Legion, he's Professor X's son.
Who is I guess that's the guy that's playing Beast, or is there just another Dan Stevens?
Beast.
In Beauty and the Beast. That's the guy.
Oh yeah, that's the guy.
I didn't know that until the other day.
Yeah.
I never knew what his name was,
I think
but he always
Beast
looked familiar
bad.
for some reason.
But okay, he has multiple personality disorder, and all of his personalities have a different mutant ability.
So
he's got like every power.
This is split in the X-Men universe. Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Which I haven't seen Split, but I've been told by many that it's really good, so.
Maybe I'll download it later.
Yeah, I might give it a shot then, I don't know. I kind of want to catch up on the Blacklist now that Legends has moved to Tuesday, so my Thursdays
Blacklist
are free.
is such a bad show.
It's not a bad show.
I just don't like... What's his name?
James Spader.
James Spader.
I don't know. You're the only
he was
person
bad
that
in
doesn't
Tough
like James
Turf,
Spader.
and he was bad in Age of Ultron.
He was not bad in Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron.
The writing for that character was bad in Age of Ultron. He was not bad. He did the best he could with what they gave him to do.
Wait, did we finish talking about Usual Suspects?
Well, I mean, we went through the entire plot. We didn't give it a rating or anything yet.
Okay, let's do that and then wrap this up.
Okay.
Because we're approaching an hour, and I kind of want to keep it under an hour.
Alright, that's fine.
I feel like more people are inclined to listen if it's shorter.
Makes sense.
Especially
since we've been all over the place. This probably could have been a half hour without us getting distracted.
Well, we had to stretch it a little.
Alright, but
okay.
Yeah.
What's our rating system this week? Should be Golden Lighters? Or Boat Fires?
Oh man, I don't know. What's something funny that happened in the movie?
How many interrogation farts out of 10 would you give this?
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah.
How many police lineup farts out of 10?
Okay. I think So I was inclined to go 8.5 after the ending, but I think I'm still gonna just stick with 8, which was gonna be my general score. Like throughout the movie, I was thinking it's pretty good. I don't love the movie, but I thought it was pretty good. It was well done. The mystery was great. I mean, just because it was predictable for me doesn't mean it wasn't a good twist. I'm sure there's plenty of people that didn't see it coming. Yeah, especially the way that they doubled down on it when they convinced Verbal that it was Keaton, and then are just like, nah, everybody's wrong. so that was really cool. Again, I still kind of wish that the characters would have a little bit more backstory. It's probably not. It may not really be necessary, but it would have been cool for me to see. But yeah, I think it was definitely a solid movie. So I give it an 8 interrogation parts
out of 10. Good, yeah. Good. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it 9 interrogation parts out of 10.
Really liked the movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it a lot. Because I knew the twist going in, and I still had a good surprise. It was a nice little experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was real good.
All right, well that's awesome. That's our first 9 of the year. Out of the 3 movies that we've rated so far.
We rated 3? Oh yeah.
Because Beauty and the Beast was first, and then we did the Live by Night mini-sode.
Oh yeah.
The mini review.
Shit.
But don't worry, there's more. I think I can guarantee there'll be more high numbers to come.
Oh yeah.
And one of them will be coming very soon because
of our next mini-sode.
Yeah, our next review. When you guys tune in next time, we'll be talking about the return of the Baba Yaga.
Until then, if you have any questions, concerns, you can email us at Kale in my throat.
Kale got your tongue?
Fungi. Is it fungi.pod@gmail.com? I feel like it is.
That sounds right, yeah.
You can follow us on Instagram at Mr. Nicolosophy.
And at the Magnanimous Cox.
And that's the show.